Caracas was breathing peacefully on that late afternoon in June 2026. No one knew that the earth beneath their feet was holding its breath, preparing for a violent awakening. Suddenly, without warning, a 7.2 magnitude precursor struck. The earth's first roar made the concrete walls sway like trees in the wind. Pure terror began to grip the city. Before anyone could process the shock, the devastating main shock tore through the city. Power grids blew out, the ground ripped open, and towering structures crumpled like paper. The shaking stopped, but the city was unrecognizable. A heavy, suffocating silence hung for a few seconds before the streets erupted into desperate cries for missing loved ones. At the capital's main hospital, Dr. Elena faced a tidal wave of the injured. Communications were dead and panic was rising, but her instinct to save lives overrode her fear of the aftershocks. On the coast in devastated La Guaira, Carlos was fighting against time. Deep beneath tons of concrete, faint voices were crying out. Every second meant the difference between life and death. Carlos raised his hand, signaling for absolute silence. From the pitch-black depths of the wreckage, the faint, muffled cry of a child emerged. It was little Sofia. The earth showed no mercy. A violent 4.9 magnitude aftershock struck at midnight, sending a new wave of panic through the streets and forcing everyone to remain unsheltered under the night sky. With hospitals structurally compromised, public squares became open-air emergency rooms. Elena and her team battled severe shortages of oxygen and supplies with hearts of steel. At dawn, humanity arrived to heal Venezuela's wounds. International aid flights touched down, bringing elite rescue teams to join the desperate race against time. For hours, Carlos dug with his bare fingers through twisted rebar and concrete. Ignoring the danger of a cave-in, his hand finally found Sofia's. "Hold on tight, little one, I've got you." Sofia was brought into the light. Cheers erupted, and tears of joy mixed with the dust of the ruins. A powerful reminder that hope could be reborn from the belly of death. The little girl was placed into Elena's care. Checking her fragile pulse, Elena looked up at Carlos with a gaze of profound gratitude, capturing the true spirit of human solidarity in the face of disaster. A new day dawned on a wounded nation. While the scars were deep and many were still missing, the overwhelming spirit of community began rebuilding what the earthquake had torn down. Venezuela will long remember the terrifying earthquake of 2026. But more than the disaster, it will remember how its people stood together, proving to the world that no matter how much the earth shakes, the human spirit remains unbroken.